Somebody has an axe to grind. There's a lot of bad juju surrounding the Eagles. So if we're going to 1,000-foot view this thing, Lynnell, perhaps we can dig deeper into the story in a little bit. The Eagles look like they're wobbling a bit. Who do you view right now as being the favorite to win the NFC East in 2026?
Well, sure as hell isn't the Philadelphia Eagles. They've lost a significant amount on defense. Offensively, I don't know if Jalen Hurts is going to play nice with Sean Mannion and be willing to do things that he's never done in his career before, including playing under center and, being a good teammate. I think it's the Dallas Cowboys. I think they are the best team within the NFC East right now, and if they nail their 2 first-round draft picks, not only will I view them as the best team in the NFC East, I will view them as a top 3 team within the NFC conference as a whole. Offensively, they are a championship group. They have the best wide receiver duo in football with CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens. Relative to the division, they have by far the most established guy in the division and the guy who's been the most consistent throughout the course of his career. The only issue that the Dallas Cowboys had in 2026 is defensively. They were bad, but they revamped this defense in the season and to start this offseason. Their biggest issues right now in Dallas lie in the secondary. They add Jalen Thompson from the Arizona Cardinals, who I thought was one of the most under-the-radar available free agents at that position. They bring in Kobe Durant from the L.A. Rams. They bring in P.J. Locke from the Denver Broncos. Like, they have added some pieces to the secondary. I still think the draft and maybe a late-wave free agency addition is how they ultimately get this thing up to snuff. But all Dallas's defense has to do is be average. And they also have probably, on the defensive side of the football, the rookie turning sophomore that I'm most excited about, Donovan Ezeraku, who started off slow last year, but there were games where he really, really flashed, including against the Philadelphia Eagles in the opening game of the season, but after that he kind of was put on the shelf for a little while. Seeing him in year number 2, I'm eager to see that. A full season of Quinnen Williams and Kenny Clark, I'm excited to see that as well. They have pieces.
I'm thinking about another team that has a promising second-year player that could take advantage of it. Every year, you have a team that goes from worst to first. I think this might be the division for it. If the Eagles are trending down, as it seems they are, the New York Football Giants are most likely to overtake them in the NFC East, because I think this is the team that's following the Mike Vrabel model from a year ago. Promising quarterback from his first season into his second year. You hire the top-tier coach. You bring in, I guess the Giants are following what the Patriots model was a year ago. You bring in Mike Vrabel, who's a proven coach. John Harbaugh, nobody would doubt that he's a proven winner. And they have a top 5 pick to add a real game changer. You talk about how the Cowboys have a chance to really knock things out. Well, the Giants have that chance too, and there's a ton of talent on this team. Don't forget, they're going to get Malik Neighbors back and Cam Scatterbo back from injury. They're going to be healthier on the O-line. On defense, they have Brian Burns and Abdul Carter on the edge and Dexter Lawrence up front. Then in free agency, they added like Greg Newsome at corner and Tremaine Edmonds at linebacker. Isaiah Likely, the pride of Coastal Carolina at tight end. Darnell Mooney's a fine add on offense too. This looks to me like the Jackson Dart breakout season because he has weapons. He's got a decent O-line if they stay healthy. And he's working with Matt Nagy, Brian Callahan, Greg Roman. Like, there are a lot of people that who have dealt with successful quarterbacks in this league surrounding Jackson Dart, and there was a lot of promise from last year. So that's the division I'm looking at from a team finishing potentially last and going to first, going from worst to first, the New York Giants. But who is your pick to win the NFC East? Are you still rolling with the Eagles? Is it Lynnell's Dallas Cowboys? Is it my New York Giants in this case? 310-840-4910. You can text us or call us. Man, this is where we encourage people to watch the show in addition to listening to it, because we're on at Josh Graham Show and at Nell_BTP on X, and then on YouTube you can find us where A lot of you have supported it. March, we did fantastic numbers. But hearing Lynnell in detail make the case for the Dallas Cowboys while an actual Washington Commanders banner hangs behind him and a Redskins jersey and a Jaden Daniels jersey, a Redskins helmet and a Jaden Daniels jersey, that must speak even more to how much you like Dallas.
I do, and it's not about how much I like Dallas, I think. There's just uncertainty with every team in this division, is how I would put it. And I'm going to go with the quarterback that I trust the most. That is Dak Prescott at the end of the day. With the Giants, I think the Giants are fascinating.
Do you think Jackson Dart can take that type of a leap? Like, who's the guy out of that quarterback class? You probably would take Dart over Cam Ward or Shador to have the Drake May-like jump in terms of supporting cast. You love Malik Neighbors, I'm sure.
Huge Malik Neighbors fan. I just need to know if Jackson Dart is going to play a smarter brand of football in 2026. Best
Agreed.
ability is availability. Can't be in the blue 10 as much as he was. I just really worry about what they have on their offensive line. There's three big issues with the Giants and why I'm not all the way sold on the Giants. One, I don't trust Jackson Dart to stay healthy or make consistently good decisions. I didn't think he played particularly well down the stretch. Especially there was a late game against Washington where he was just god-awful and threw an interception to cost them the football game down the stretch. Still have question marks about him. This offensive line, Andrew Thomas, when healthy, is one of the best left tackles in football, has shown no ability to do that. And I can speak to this because I guess I'm a Commander fan, and I know what it's like to hype a guy that's really not that good. Jermaine Illuminor, when the Giants re-signed him, up front along the offensive line, people were doing backflips. Why? I don't know. I don't think he's that great. Their center, John Michael Schmitz, I don't think he's that great. Their offensive line, to me, is the big Achilles heel. And if they want it, they signed Pat Ricard. There's potential talk about drafting Jeremiah Love. They've got, if I was the Giants, I'm not going defense. You have a potentially dominant front four. They need a tackle in the worst way. And maybe it's too much of a reach at 5 to take a tackle. But damn, man, depending on how the board shakes out, like that to me is what the Giants should do. You need to invest in your secondary and your offensive line, your two biggest holes to me, in my opinion.